Hey YouTube gun people, I want to do a follow-up vid today on bullets I've been using for reloading. These are Bayou bullets. Here they are for 9mm. Let's get this up here. Just bear with me for a second. That's what I'm using for 9mm practice. I'm shooting these out of my M&P 9mm and Glock 26. So on and so forth. Why do I want to do a review? I want to try to cover whether or not these leave a residue in the barrel. Okay, a lot of people have actually asked that. Here are actually the bullets. You can see they're green. Why are they green? Well, they're lead bullets. For reloading, you really want to kind of find something that's economical, because the whole purpose is to shoot a lot of rounds. I once said that you'll save money reloading. You really don't save money. You just wind up shooting a lot more. But the price per round is greatly reduced, about 50% or so, maybe 60%. Okay, so there they are, and these guys are basically lead bullets with a green proprietary coating on them. So what's that? That coating prevents lead fouling in the barrel, and it also, you don't need to lubricate them. But also the bottom is lead is covered or coated as well, so you tend to get a lot less smoke. So my experience with these bullets, they've been really excellent. They're good for in terms of accuracy. They don't smoke a lot, as a matter of fact, compared to a jacketed hollow point where the back of the bullet is exposed lead. I'll show you what I mean by that. Unless you get a complete metal jacket, most of your bullets are going to look, let's see what we got so here, they're going to look like this, where you have a full metal jacket, but the back is actually lead. So if you get a hot powder, or even not so hot powder, in other words, when it ignites, the powder will actually melt out a little bit and cause some smoking, and so it looks pretty smoky. Is it a big deal? No, I don't think it's a big deal. In reality, it's just smoky. If you're shooting indoors, it might be more of an issue if there's not a good air handler. So here's the M&P. I've shot 1,000 rounds of those Bayou bullets through this handgun. It's an empty magazine. We'll rack it back and check it. There's nothing in the chamber. There's no magazine in it. We'll take down the sear lever, take this guy apart, and what I'll do is run some patches through the barrel, and we'll have a look to see how this is doing in terms of leaving bullet residue behind. And it really will settle a lot of questions. So let's just take this guy apart. Here's the barrel. Now I'm not even going to bother trying to, let's see if we can get this actually. If you just look down the barrel, the residue does not look that bad. I don't know, is this even going to be possible? I doubt it. We can try it. Might be able to do it with a stronger light. Let's see. Just happen to have one on me. What do you know? That's really not going to help us that much. Oh, that might help. Barrel residue is minimum, I would say. Here's the muzzle end. It's mostly powder. You have to take my word for it, though, as much as I can show you. That's looking fairly clean. Let's see if we do it like this. That's useless. Fairly clean. I think you can see in there. So that's a good start. Again, you know, when I clean my barrels, I'm basically using something like a mixture of Shooter's Choice and Croyle. I don't have any more of it, but I mix it 50-50. Happens to be in this little bottle, an old bottle, and I use that to clean the bore. And so first, let's and you know and then I condition it with something like just something light like CLP. After so I use the 50-50 mixture. Okay, run it through, scrub the barrel. Then take something to get rid of that, like M-Pro 7. Right now you get a really dry kind of barrel. M-Pro 7 kind of strips it pretty good. And then basically what I do is condition it with good old break free, and I run a pretty soak and patch through it. If that comes out clean, then I'll run a dry patch through it, put it away. That's all there is to it. So let's see what kind of residue this gives if you just run a dry patch through it. So there's a dry patch through the barrel. The question is, am I getting a lot of green stuff in there? Not really. Not much. I can't see anything green on this. This patch basically looks like it's powder. There might be a little bit of green. So let's actually, before we use a real solvent, let's just hit it with some M-Pro 7, try to loosen it up a little bit, put another patch through it. See what this actually looks like. Yeah. More burnt powder, but I don't see anything green on it. That's good. We'll take a patch of solvent, run it through, and so just soak your patch, get it real wet. We'll run it through and see what this looks like. It gets a lot of green out. This Shooter's Choice is a really old school bore cleaner. And with Croyle, I think it's a good combination. It's been a standard for competitive shooters, rifle shooters, for a long time. There's nothing green on there. That's just the oil and stuff. So the bullets don't appear, at least in the M&P barrel, and I can say this the same for the Glock barrel. You can shoot these through a Glock barrel. They don't seem to leave much of a residue at all. Let's get a bore brush and we'll run that through a few times, soaked in cleaner, just to really give it a good scrub. So this is the old trick. You take your brush, wrap a patch around it, go in the opposite direction of the threads on the rod, obviously. And just be careful you don't bang the crap out of your barrel with the steel rod. So we'll go through there once, okay, just to wet it. Then just take this, go through 10 times. Really spend some time in the chamber. You don't want any crap in the chamber. You want that round fully seated in the chamber. And wrap that soaked patch through it again, and you get all kinds of nasty crap coming out. And I don't see any obvious green residue. Most of this stuff seems like burnt powder to me. Okay, see that? Most of it seems like burnt powder. Very good. So I'd say Bayou bullets do not leave a residue in the barrel that I can detect. Maybe, this is after 400 rounds through it. Looks pretty good. Pretty good indeed. I have shot a similar number through the Glock 26, and I'd say I get the same basic results. I don't really see much going on in terms of leaving a residue in the barrel. So again, the Bayou bullets seem to be a good product. They are accurate. They reload nicely. If you weigh them, the weights are fairly consistent. There's some variation, but I think for what I'm doing, action shooting, IDPA, they're just fantastic. Thanks.